Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Simply Shaunte with me, JaLisa Shaunte. So happy to have you here for another episode. So I wanted to talk about something because it's happened to me quite a few times, and I feel like I'm probably not the only one. And I know I'm getting a little older, but my memory has not changed that much. Well, yet anyway. And some things, they just stick with you. So I wanted to ask, have y'all ever, had the feeling like you're remembering something wrong and you feel like you know that you know, or you think you know anyway, but your memory just didn't get it right? This is what we call the Mandela Effect, where a group of people, they share a memory that didn't really happen, or did it? Sounds like sci-fi, right? Turns out it's a real mind bender called confabulation, where everyone agrees on the wrong answer, like some bizarre group hallucination. So let's talk about a few instances in today's episode. So I remember specifically kindergarten class at Wilton Elementary with Miss Wright. And in kindergarten, it's only but so much we're doing. It's a lot of cutting, gluing, and coloring. So I remember specifically, they gave us something to color for Thanksgiving. And yes, you already know I'm finna go there. The cornucopia, the basket-like thing with the fruits. I feel like this is one of the most talked about Mandela effects, Fruit of the Loom and the cornucopia being associated with it. I just think it's wild how so many people think about the cornucopia when they talk about Fruit of the Loom. But they claim it's really not part of the logo, and apparently it never was. But there are people who also claim to have proof of it. Old documents, old clothes, so they say. But me, even from that young age, I've always associated the cornucopia with the fruit as Fruit of the Loom. And I know so many other people feel the same way. I thought that was quite strange. Now, this one, it threw me for a loop, for real. But is it Jiffy or is it Jif? The people want to know. I always thought it was Jiffy peanut butter, but it is actually Jif. While many people misremember it as Jiffy, the peanut butter brand has always been spelled Jif with one F since its creation in 1958, and I was surprised, honestly. But the similar name Jiffy actually belongs to a different brand of bacon mixes and corn muffin batter. And I remember my grandma, she used to keep them in the cabinet all the time. I used to tear up that Jiffy corn muffin mix for real. And the apple muffin mix, child, it was always hitting. Yes, I'm a country girl at heart. And now I'm sitting here thinking about that apple muffin mix with some fried fish and some fried potatoes, child. Lord, I got hungry. But even the game Monopoly, the mascot or whatever you call him, whatever the man is, I for real thought that the man always had a monocle over his eye. But that's fake news. What's the purpose of a monocle anyway? Was it like a fashion piece or something? I mean, obviously it's to enhance the vision in only one eye. But with somebody like me that got glasses, I just can't see that being too comfortable. Wouldn't that just feel weird? You got one eye completely covered with the glass, and then the other eye is just out in the open. I can't picture it. But I think maybe I was confusing the Monopoly guy with Colonel Sanders from KFC. I can't even eat KFC no more, though. Ooh, just nasty. I know it's a little off topic, but I'm going to tell y'all this story real quick. I remember back when I was in high school, and Facebook was just becoming a thing. Everybody started getting on there and using it. But one of the first things I saw was about KFC and the chickens that they used. Baby, I ain't eat KFC no more. I mean, it was a while ago. And was the story fake? I don't know. Probably. But it was enough for me not to want to eat KFC ever again. Hell no, not me. I don't want no KFC. No, thank you. I'm not eating that. Another instance of the Mandela Effect would be the quote-unquote Sinbad genie movie, also known as Shazam, the movie that never was. It's also a prime example. It shows how shared false memories can take root and even feel vividly real. Many people recall watching it. It was a 1990s comedy film starring Sinbad as a genie named Shazam. They describe specific scenes like Sinbad granting wishes, hilarious mishaps, and even a catchy theme song. However, despite their detailed memories, no movie ever existed. So they say. I do remember the movie with Shaquille O'Neal and him being a genie with the boy, and it was a whole bunch of newspaper and stuff. I remember that. But they claim that the movie with Sinbad is not real. I vaguely remember that too. But I guess it's just another Mandela Effect. But how could we discuss the Mandela Effect without mentioning Nelson Mandela himself? The Mandela Effect got its name in 2009 from Fiona Broom. She was a paranormal researcher from South Africa. She was at this conference and she shared a vivid memory of watching Nelson Mandela die in prison in the 1980s. And she also remembered the news coverage, the tributes, and to her surprise, many other people in the audience shared the same false memory. They also recalled details like Mandela's widow grieving and her giving a speech and the international outpour, of everybody just being so upset about losing Nelson Mandela. But in reality, he didn't pass away until 2013, long after he had been released from prison and served as South Africa's first black president. That's just so wild. So many people thought he had passed away and they remember people grieving him, and it was years until he actually passed away. But this shared misremembering of a major historical event intrigued Broom, and she named the phenomenon after Mandela. The name stuck, and now people use Mandela Effect to refer to any instance where a large group of people misremember a common fact or event the same way. There are many theories about why the Mandela Effect occurs, but there's really no answer. But some possible explanations could include confabulation, which I discussed earlier, and that's where the brain fills in gaps in the memory with fabricated details. Also, social contagion, false memories that can spread through conversations and shared experiences, and just the nature of memory in general. It's not perfect, for recording events. It can easily be distorted over time. But whatever the cause for the Mandela Effect, it's, a fascinating reminder of the fallibility of human memory and how our shared experiences can shape our individual realities. Some other interesting facts about the Mandela Effect. Some of the most common Mandela Effect examples include misremembering song lyrics, movie quotes, and historical events. I think, from movie quotes, what is it? Luke, I am your father from Star Wars. That's not something I really watched, but I do remember seeing that. Also, Snow White, when she was talking to the mirror on the wall, apparently that's incorrect. Even with Curious George, he didn't have a tail. I was like, dang, these are just so wild Mandela effects, because a lot of people, they actually remember these things happening. Also, the Mandela Effect is not limited to any particular age group or demographic. There is also no scientific consensus on what causes the Mandela Effect. And the Mandela Effect has also been featured in books, movies, and TV shows. So the next time you find yourself questioning your own memories, remember the Mandela Effect. It's just a reminder that our perceptions of reality, they can be shifted, and even the most vivid memories, they could be false. But that's all for this week. I will talk to you all next week. Same time, same place. Bye.